Osa. New song? Are you
Like that?
Are you playing new music for him?
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Good morning, Internet. Especially good morning, Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen on Rumble, Rumble has updated Rumble Studio, and they didn't consult anybody.
That's why it's 8:09.
Yeah.
And not
So,
8:01. We're like, where's everything
there-
at? Oh, there's everything.
Yeah.
Why is
everything that
everything in one spot?
I don't know if I can. I don't think it's possible for me to show you, but every little piece of graphic, music, video, any gag that I have uploaded to Rumble in the last 2 years,
It's all there.
all in one. It's not even sorted anymore. It used to be sorted where you could be like images. This tab had videos. That tab had music. No, it's all. It's just one
It's
list.
just there. Y'all go find
So
it.
I was, and you would think, okay, well, at least each group of stuff in that list, they would probably put it in like
Right. Yeah.
alphabetical order or
Yeah,
timestamp
no,
order.
It's just there. Yeah. Just like
No.
a junkyard.
No, so I got 50 backgrounds for however many different shows we've done over the last, I don't know.
400, 500.
Yeah, so I was going through, I was like, where's Vanilla Ice? So
That's great. You got to show the picture again. That
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
great, man.
I assume you saw the truck video, so I'm sure you'll play that.
Would you like to see the video? Is that what you're talking about? Or you want me to pull
Go
it
ahead,
up?
let's do it.
Absolutely.
I'm
I
sure.
would gladly
I'm sure
pull
you
that up.
ran across it. I saw it a couple of days ago, and I was like, "That's funny," and also kind of a dick move.
No, it's funny. All right, hang on. Let me make sure
I
the
don't hear any
volume's
sound.
up. Here's the immigration protesters that are up here on the.
Copyright claim.
Right claim.
Copyright claim.
YouTube is gonna copyright claim it. You don't sing over. Hit that guy! Oh my God, they almost hit. Look, watch out.
Yeah. Can I assume it's fair to say that you also you are of the era that I am, so that if anytime anybody says the word ice in any context, that beat drops in the back of your head.
Dude, what did Ashley say last night? And that's one thing that me and her do, that if you say a word that it has been in a song in the last 40 years, we're going to start singing that song or whatever because of that word. And there was something she said last night. Buns. She said Alex was talking about wanting a bun for this stuff that we were eating, and she was like, do you want your buns toasted, hun? Or however she said it. And then I looked at him and I started like reciting some Sir Mix-a-Lot to him, and he didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah. Even my wife will
go into song lyrics like that.
Go into that particular song, yeah. But Ice Ice Baby is a song that I was on radio play, like has never existed before in human experience. It is embedded into the psyche of. I think it's embedded into the psyche.
Yeah, especially that generation. And for those that don't remember, it was the late 80s. Like 88, 89, when that song got big, and it was enormous, man. It was enormous. And remember, Hammer was about the same time. You can't touch.
It took me 5 minutes to find this.
Good God. Is that what you've been doing this whole time?
Yes, I was like, where is the thing? Well, Rumble Studio. I love Rumble. I have shares in Rumble. Right here, I got I have a thing I was supposed to, I don't know if I was supposed to vote on something, but
USAID? Is that for voting on?
No. This is voting on Rumble stock action. You know, like if you hold shares in a company's stock, you got to vote. You have the opportunity to vote in a stockholders meeting. And Rumble knows that I have 7 shares of Rumble stock.
Wow.
So they are very concerned about my input.
Stockholders meeting here every morning with one of the controlling
financial
guys
advice.
of Rumble.
I just thought, hey,
7 hold shares.
I'm gonna buy in. I'm gonna buy in a little bit.
That's all right. I don't. How much is Rumble? How much is Rumble right now?
Like $12. And some change.
Yeah. All right. Well, you could get a good meal at like Texas Roadhouse or something like that. Do you guys have Texas Roadhouse in Texas? And do you call it Roadhouse?
There is Texas Roadhouse, and listen,
you call it Texas Roadhouse?
I don't know how your brain is working exactly, but let me explain something to you, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Texan is going to take the word Texas out of anything in Texas.
Well, I guess that's a good point. Good point. I didn't. Yes,
we do not. We would not deduct the word Texas from Texas anything.
Kentucky people absolutely love our state, and we love being hillbilly Kentuckians. We just love it.
Yeah.
But it's nothing compared to you crazy ass Texas people. You guys,
we love our state.
You guys are crazy.
You know, everybody should love their state. But we love our state more, like way more.
All right, what are we talking about today? Do we have topics?
We got some stuff, but I'm basically completely flabbergasted by Rumble just changing this.
Yeah, let's throw a monkey wrench into your brain this morning.
Yeah, it is. Also, I was thinking, like, do any of the lyrics of Ice Ice Baby actually speak to the conditions? Like,
all right, stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back. I got a brand new invention.
No.
I was always nightly, don't like harpoon dilly nightly, and will it ever stop? Yo, I don't know. I'll turn off the lights and I'll glow to the extreme. I rock a mic like a vandal, light up the stage, wax a chump like a candle, dance. And
then something grabs a hold of me tightly. Ice Agent.
That's good. Yeah, we should have pre-planned this.
That's what I named the show, but. All right. So let's see. We got some updates from yesterday. If you are an employee of USAID, sorry, not USAID, USAID, Agency for International Development, and you are located around the world, you are getting a free trip home this week. It's pretty awesome.
Wow. That's
also cool. Starting Friday, you get vacation. So congratulations to all the USAID employees. The vacation, probably permanent.
You're not going to get paid for it, and it doesn't
administrative
vacation days because we're letting you go.
Yeah, it's not us; it's you.
Yeah,
it's definitely you.
It's not.
Let's see.
What
we got. Let me pull my thing. I'm sorry, folks. I apologize. It's really not my fault. I know. I always say it's not my fault. It usually is my fault. I'm trying to get out of it. This time it really is not. I had no idea that this was going to happen.
Says the guy that just a minute ago said he owned stock in that.
Okay. You know what? I should have voted.
Fault.
I didn't vote. Maybe I should have voted. Maybe I had a chance to be like, hey, would you like to make this worse?
Maybe you had a chance. Last stockholders meeting, they're like, you know what? We're just going to put everything in one spot and just look for it, dude. We're not even Control F, disable that shit on that page.
Rumble, if you're listening, you guys could have sent an email at least and be like, hey, heads up. If you rely on us, don't.
When's the last time you checked that spam folder? It's probably in there. Just go look.
Maybe that's true. Okay, so let's see. Regarding illegal immigration, Ice Baby, right? Illegal immigration. We've been talking about Donald Trump has already dispatched Marines to Gitmo to start getting 30,000 beds warm for people. Gonna expand a detention facility in Gitmo for criminal aliens in the United States. We have an offer from Bukele to send criminals from America to El Salvador and put them in CCOT. And Mexico, apparently, I think this is so curious. Mexico has said, well, we're not going to let you put Mexican citizens in Gitmo. And I'm thinking, well, if they're in the sovereign territory of the U.S. and we convict them, we can put them wherever we want. What are you going to do? Can you come get them? We've been asking you to come get them for a minute. If you leave stuff at our house,
hey, let me hang
have you ever had a storage unit?
let me get this thought out of my brain.
Okay, go ahead.
Or else I'm not going to be able to pay attention to what you're going to say and actually try to freaking have a conversation with you, because I'm trying to remember this thought so it don't forget my brain. I have to say this or I'll completely forget it. Joey told me last night that his wife may, if she's got time one day when she's not at work in the mornings, she would more love to come on the show and talk about being an immigrant that was born in South America and came over here the correct way, and all of the different process that she had to go through and how she feels about this. I talked to them last night on the phone for about an hour on speakerphone.
Yeah.
And Joey said, what would you, as long as you set her up with the topics. I said, no, there won't be like topics. It would be, we want here. I was like, if she don't want to be on camera, she don't have to be on camera. She could just be on audio. But
come on, Joey, you've seen the show. There's no topics. There's well, I mean, generally,
dart.
if a random crazy question floats into either of our heads, it's
like now
probably going to get asked. So
I know. So I had to do I wanted to remember that, so I have to stick up my thing because I don't want to interrupt. I try not to interrupt people as much, but I knew I would forget.
You tell Joey and Mrs. Joey that they're welcome on anytime, and I would love that. Honestly, I'm totally in favor of immigrants. I think everybody on the right is, and I only loosely say I'm on the right. I mean, probably from the perspective of most people, I'm on the right, but like I'm not an affiliate person. I don't join a team. But I think pretty much everybody on the right is like fine with immigrants, just not fine with criminals.
That's exactly what we said last night. I said that's exactly what they want you to think, that white people hate all immigrants and are racist. No. And I said most of us are like, hey man, come on over. You want to come over here and start a business and come in the right way and start a business and make $1 million, man? Freaking awesome. I will be one of your customers. If you
did you check your ID? Just scan
that's
in.
That's awesome. Right, way to go.
Fill the paperwork.
Yeah. That's what this country's supposed to be. Work hard, get ahead.
Yeah. So Mexico will not allow the United States to send Mexican migrants to Guantanamo Bay and prefers to receive them directly instead. Okay, sure. We'll try that. But if we keep finding that, if we find the same guy here again and we give him back and he comes back again and we give him back, you understand we're going to notice that there's a problem.
Yeah, that's like do not pass go, do not collect, go directly to jail forever.
Unrelated entirely to, did you see the videos? I saw a video a couple days ago of somebody on X or whatever social media, maybe TikTok, who knows? And they were walking down New York street in New York City, and they were like, "You guys don't understand. Since Trump took office, all of the bootleg sellers are gone. All of the people that had blankets and purses and selling stuff on the street, they were lined up here every single day. They are all gone. Gone. Did you see this video? I don't know if you saw this. It's a legit
Do you have it? Because I have that memory of us walking down the streets of New York City seared into my mind. And I've seen videos of some beautiful parts of New York City, but Times Square to me is just, oh, God. It is like that concrete jungle word, phrase that you've heard your whole life. It's so, I don't know.
I got it. Let me do. Okay, so like first,
urine and weed is what New York.
And this is. I really want to. I just want to set this up for the context for the next story. But you guys should also see this. So here is. Look at this.
Whole area wrapped around left and right. You usually have your freaking illegals with the blankets out, selling like bootleg stuff. It has been empty since Trump started deporting people.
How nice is it to walk around your city like that now?
That whole
Which
block
one do you want?
Would be laid out with bootleg stuff by illegals. This whole strip gone. I haven't seen them for about a week. Have not seen them. That side as well.
And if these once again are people that have been here, because we talked about that last night, and I said, well, me and JJ talked about this morning.
I am telling you,
about the.
All the illegals are gone.
Hang on, I'm gonna wait till he gets done talking.
They're
it's
not
hard
out
for
here
me.
bootlegging. It is feeling a little bit safer starting to like this.
He said, I'm starting to like this. I'm starting to like this.
So we talked about. I'm sorry. My brain is in my brain for about the past 4 days is in one of these
foggy.
Yes, and I can't.
Yeah, I
lose topics.
Same problem.
It's been like 3 days now where I just cannot keep a topic in my head.
We have been to New York City, you and I. It's been several years ago.
Yeah.
And there were definitely people on the street trying to sell stuff on a blanket, all of that.
Can I tell my story about the CD? Do you remember my story about the CD?
If you're going to tell the story about the CD, I'm going to tell you about the granny that was walking down the street naked.
Oh my God.
Let me put that back in your brain.
Okay, I won't tell the story about the
CD. Yeah. So this is not because Donald Trump is sending the stormtroopers down to New York City and raking people off the street. This is because the threat of him sending ICE down to New York City, down to the street. These people have just disappeared. Okay, go ahead.
That's what we talked about yesterday, and we talked about last night, is like these people that were selling on the street here. Let's say a majority of them probably are not bad criminals. If they have a criminal record, it's for like loitering or some misdemeanor type of crap.
Yeah.
They're not felons. And these people are all scared. And and I said, well, JJ and I talked about that. Maybe a lot of these people are like, I've been in this country for 20 years and I don't want to come and say that now that I want to try to become a citizen because they'll, and I'm like, I think most Americans are like, okay, yeah, you probably should have done that 20 years ago, but we're not all perfect. And, you've been contributing to society and you want to become, all right, well, let's do it. Come on, let's finally get your stuff started. I think a lot of them are scared or like gun shy that we're going to be like, oh, you should have done that a long time ago. We're throwing you back to the ocean.
You got, okay. So this is my kind of perspective on this. Law enforcement and ICE and everybody, they're going after criminal migrants. So they're going after violent offenders where we know where they're at, where we think we know where they're at. And they're going after organized groups of offenders where we think we know where they're at. And if you are a illegal immigrant that is not a violent criminal, but you're in the same gaggle, right? The same group, you're going to get scooped up and processed.
If you're hanging out at the house or on the front porch,
right? And if they're like, and if ICE swoops in and they're like, we know this guy's bad and we know this group is bad, and you know what? Where's your ID? Oh, where's your information? You're gonna get scooped up. So these people on the street, they don't want to take these people. These guys, it's pretty obvious they don't want to take the chance, right? They're like, hey, look, I'm fine. I'm not really a violent criminal, but I know this dude down the 2 blankets down. He slugged his girlfriend last week, so like they're not going to risk it. So all of a sudden, poof, gone. They're just gone. Now, this is not a directly related story. Maybe it is. Maybe you connect these dots yourself. According to The Hill, the New York Police Department reports a 17% drop in major crimes. Well, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Compared to the previous January, major crimes in New York City fell 16.8%, according to the Commissioner Jessica Tisch. The release said that murder fell over the year by 24.1%, robbery by 26%, and felony assault by 6.9%. This is a year-over-year decrease. It's not throughout the year. It's this January compared to last January. What's different about this January? I wonder. January's crime declines are an extraordinary testament to the work of our cops. Okay. Every day we're analyzing crime numbers and optimizing our deployments and yada, yada, yada. So she's definitely taking credit for it, but she's a political appointee, so of course she is. Major subway system crimes fell 36.4%, which is pretty easy to do when last year people were just shoving people into trains as often as they could. And I bet you people are still not feeling safe riding the subways. So we'll be having 750 members of the New York National Guard, as well as another 250 personnel from state and metropolitan police. She said, Kathy Hochul, during that announcement, you'll start seeing them at the tables, making sure weapons are not being brought in, working in concert with our New York State Police. So New York crime is suddenly down significantly. 17% drop is pretty significant, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was trying to find this clip of these immigration agents busting this company in Los Angeles in East LA.
Well, what we got here?
You can't hear
Looks
it.
like a bean in a bean bag. This guy there, Eddie?
Huh?
What's your green card?
I don't got a green card, man.
Where were you born?
What?
Read my lips, El Figo. Where were you born?
I was born in East LA, man.
You were born in East LA, huh? And who's the president of the United States?
The cowboy guy on TV. The guy was on Death Valley days. Was John Wayne.
Have you never seen Born in East LA?
I've seen probably clips of it. I've never been a Cheech and Chong fan. Sorry.
No, that's not a Cheech and Chong movie. That's just got
but
Cheech
that's
in it.
Chong.
Well,
Or
no,
Cheech, I mean.
and he's but he's not playing that Cheech character. You know, he's not playing that.
I'm just saying I've never been a fan of him or Tommy Chong.
Oh, that's a great movie, man. I've seen that movie a million times.
Sorry to pee on your parade.
Yeah, you did. Thanks.
Sorry about that. We don't share that in common, Deke.
The one guy
we are not the same.
That doesn't find things fun.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go back to federal stuff here. Trump came into office, and one of the first things that they did over the last couple of weeks was they're going to reduce the federal workforce. We're going to bring that budget down. Now, there's certain rules that prohibit you from just firing people. So Donald Trump and his genius team just said, well, I'll tell you what, we're just going to put an offer on the table. If you are a federal employee and you resign right now, then we will continue to pay you through September. And you just don't come to the office. Don't come to the office, resign, don't come to the office, and you get paid all the way through September. It's not fired. It's an incentive to stay home, go do something else, go learn to play guitar, write a book, draw, paint, go sailing, whatever you want to do. Just don't be here. And
I don't like that. I don't like that anymore.
What do you mean?
Don't give them idle time. These guys that we don't trust anyway.
Okay, but they also can they do more damage as in federal employees behind the federal employee keyboards or rolling around the street doing something else? They can do more damage as federal employees. So no, it ain't. But the long term is we reduce that overhead, that expense, and we get rid of bad guys, people that are not faithful to the administration to execute the directives of the president, which is a big deal. If you become Deke, have you ever thought about being a president?
No. I've thought about being away from a train yard. Good God, you're past the road. It's the second one in like 30 minutes.
They're going to be hauling a lot more coal once China stops us from importing their coal.
Dude, I have been at this station for about 14 years, 13 or 14 years. And the week after the new year, I have never seen this train. This is the P&L Railway, and it's the Paducah to Louisville Railway. And I've never seen it as busy as it was the week after 2025. And I've been here over 13 years.
It's just choo-choos all day.
There were 7 in 4 hours.
Wow, that's like every 35 minutes. That's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy, seriously, for this. And that's the third one this morning.
Okay, so 20,000 federal employees have taken up Donald Trump's offer, and they're going to take that buyout. And now the federal worker unions are trying to sue the Trump administration for offering a buyout plan to these people because they had contracts or whatever. So that suit's going to go nowhere.
I know, it's what the hell.
All right, we got a couple of your stories, and then we're gonna have to cut it short today, right? So what do you got?
I've got people coming in.
Yep.
Are you done? Did you have other stories?
If I had anything else.
Oh. I had just a couple of cool things. I think you would one might scare you. Do you want to go with the scary one first, or the nice one first? I'll let you pick.
Let's go scary. Let's go scary first.
All right. All right. This is scary. Look at this. Does this picture scare you, JJ?
Well, to be honest, no.
Okay. Well, it should, because this is Atlas, and Atlas now reached a new milestone in its evolution: autonomy. Thanks to thanks to advancements in both hardware and software, Atlas is no longer just a display of physical prowess. It can now complete tasks independently, operating without the need for pre-programmed movements or human control. It can think feet. I haven't watched this, so I don't know what it does. Look at that shit.
Wow.
So
it can do that like only 3 or 4 times slower than a human.
But it's the fact that it can think like it can think on its own. So imagine an Arctic freaking place that we have stuff to control the weather and all that crazy conspiracy stuff that you don't believe in. And you have something down there that can think independently, that's not affected as much as humans by extreme conditions and weather, that can rotate its freaking body to get into positions. And it can
turning its head one way and then its waist the other way. That's a little weird. That is that is a little.
If we could do that, you
unnerving.
Would straight up do it. But it's fully autonomous.
Yeah.
Which is the first wave, and folks are going to pick at it. Oh, it messed up, and it did this, and it did this. And well, it's a baby.
Yeah. All right.
In 10 years, what do you think that those two words, fully autonomous, is going to mean for a robot? It's going to be like, oh my gosh, we're all going to freaking die because these now fully autonomous robots can think and have decided that humans are a virus.
Fully autonomous it's not going to be fully autonomous until you're like, okay, Chappie, I need you to go put these things from there into there. And it says, I don't want to do that. I don't want to.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Hal.
I'd rather watch YouTube. I'm halfway through my shorts for the day. All right. Last one.
Happy story. Yeah, this one's a happy for me. Somebody like me, I lost a bunch of weight. I freeze to death now. The older I get, the colder I get. This new nano fabric can heat up more than 50 degrees. The new smart fabric converts light into heat and can raise temperatures by more than 54 degrees Fahrenheit after just 10 minutes in the sun. It's made from these specialized nanoparticles that absorb sunlight and convert it to heat, and are embedded in the new material, which was described. Here comes another freaking train. Described late last year in this journal. At the same time, temperature responsive dyes incorporated into the fibers reversibly change color, allowing users to visually monitor temperature fluctuations. It's like a hypercolor. And I'm glad that you laughed, because you know what that is. I had two hypercolor shirts.
Oh my God. Yeah, hypercolor shirt, aka magical color arm stain shirts.
So anybody that hey, do good. Choo-choo eat to the train. Looks like a Dyson vacuum. Yeah, it does look like a Dyson vacuum.
It does look like Dyson for sure.
Yeah, y'all should know what hypercolor is. I don't need to explain.
Should we make all the robots like okay, they're going to be awesome and strong and autonomous. Should we just make them short so that we can just even if they can do things that we can't, we can look down on them like, feel superior.
No.
Well,
no, I got
bigger than you.
Okay. So in after high school, I hung out with these two guys, and one of them was 6'8", 300 pounds, walking wall. The other one was about 5'5". I was way more afraid of the 5'5" guy than I was the 6'8" guy. That's what I always said. I was like, dude, I could probably get one or two punches from the big guy and I could get away, but that little 5'5" guy, no way. I'm about to get 70 punches in a matter of 2 minutes.
We gotta make sure not to create a Chihuahua personality.
Yeah, we don't want a Chihuahua.
Okay.
So serious question. If let's say 10 years from now, there's a company that offers Android robots that are fully autonomous that can do stuff for you, and you can pick and choose what you want, like kind of like we have Chat GPT, and we have the base model that me and you could get, and we could feed it all this information and it would work on just that information and not the world's information. It would just work on that certain models. And that's what you pay for when you pay for whatever on ChatGPT. So let's say the robots were like that and we could train them. What would you want yours to do? Like if you had a homunculus, a wizard's assistant, and this is what they did.
I don't know.
I use
AI for coding, and I'm honestly glad that models are advancing. Like the 01 reasoning model and there's an 03 reasoning model I have. They're better than the 4.0 model that I have. So like basically I really like when I can be like, I just want to do this, or I start doing something and then I'm like, go fix that. And it's like, you did a great job, except let's just change these things here and like, yeah, clean it up. Cause I don't care about this. I want it to do what I want it to do.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what I do when I will flesh out what my ideas in my brain are into an outline and whatnot. And then I will run it through and it'll be like, well, you need to do this and move this and do this. And I'm like, okay. And when I start writing, I will feed it back through. And I've had it say, well, you need to go back in the earlier chapters and establish this and this that you talk about in the later chapters. And I'm like, oh my God, that's completely right. I didn't catch that. Let me go back through and have to completely rewrite some stuff in some earlier chapters. So, and that's with the free Chat GPT. I'm using the completely free. Me too, do good. Me too.
You know what? I saw one recently, a robot, not personally. I saw a video of one of these AI, these like robots that look human, and like every single time it's like, Japan, guys, perverts. But like I saw one that looked very realistic, except it clearly was not enough. And like I think if you had what you wanted, do good, you would give it back and say, never mind, I don't want that. That's what I think.
I would want one that's like Rosie the robot in the Jetsons. I would want it to help with around tasks around the house and stuff.
I have one of those. It's a little vacuum and it has
not just that, I'm like, hey, I need to get into the attic and check all the wiring for the lights because one's flickering and I want to make sure that I don't have a leak. But I don't want to climb up in the damn attic. So will you go up there with your twisty waist and twisty head and contort yourself up there and don't fall and check the wiring?
You know what? Anything to do in the attic, send a robot up there. I don't want to be up there. I live in Texas. In the summer, it's 125 degrees.
And I don't know how it is in Texas, but in Kentucky, it's very moist and humid, and we live in a jungle in Western Kentucky, and almost all houses have a crawl space underneath, and it's almost always you're going to have wet underneath there. And I want a robot to do crawl spaces.
Yeah. That's for them, not us. Let's see. Can I make this any bigger? I don't think I can make it any bigger. Yeah,
this is our flagship humanoid AI-powered robot. She's highly realistic. She has her own social media, so she might be competing with you one day. What makes her really special is that she can talk to her and ask questions. So maybe we can have her introduce herself and say something.
Hello. I'm Aria, the flagship female companion robot of Realbotics.
There you go, do good.
What's the purpose of this?
Some of our peers in the robotic space make robots to replace human labor. We think that's a great area, but we think there's a much bigger area in having social robots. So for example, at a convention like
social. You know that robot has one job. Come on. This is creepy, man. This is creepy. You don't want this. You do not want it. I promise you.
Yeah. I would have to have one that looks like a Dyson vacuum.
Yeah, I would rather have the camera head.
Yeah, me too.
Than that creepy ass thing. Plus, who do you think has to dress that robot doll and do its hair? It's not going to do it itself.
Have you seen some of those videos of some of those guys that marry those dolls and stuff like that? Oh my God.
Weirdos. Freaks. Crawl space. Is that where Walter White hides his money? I think I learned a new word. What word? What word? What did we do? What new word, do good? All right, we got to go, right? I have no idea which one of these is the right outro clip.
Are you going to tell a dad joke? No.
Right.
I forgot.
Yeah, let's do it. I did forget.
Oh.
Thank you, Rumble, for sponsoring this complete confusion and cluster F.
Yeah, today was a weird show.
UI
it didn't
change.
go as smooth as normally, but that's all right. It's just a conversation.
Oh. I think if you're a first time viewer, you should know that every other show, pitch perfect, no mistakes, flawless performances, very informative. You start your day in an upward trajectory. I feel like
crawl space. Oh, crawl space.
Crawl space.
It's the little space underneath the houses, especially here in like Kentucky, and it's not very big, but it's enough to crawl underneath to check your.
I don't believe you do good. I know you know what a crawl space is because I know you've seen Inglourious Bastards.
Mm-hmm. What a
so you can't tell me that Germans don't know what crawl spaces are. I don't believe you.
Dude, that's the best opening scene of any movie
intense.
in
it's
the
so
history
intense.
of movies.
Love it. That's a really good movie.
What a great movie. All right.
A man walks into a bar and orders a helicopter flavored chips. The barman replies, "Sorry, man, we only do plain."
Stupid. I'm gonna reword that one and use it one day. That was good. That's good.
This would be funny.
All right. I just I want to end on a memorial here. I just like to say, rest in peace, boiling water. You will be missed.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Essay for a comment, he said no. Watch now, the internet dad show. Subscribe quick, the squid monster's on the way. Inspire with us tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
Get it like mist, MIST?